time to tee it up here in the Orange Bowl. Opening kickoff, powered by Georgia Power. Doesn't matter where in the Peach State you're cheering on the Dogs, Georgia Power is energizing your community. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. Georgia in road whites. We're the designated visiting team today. So white jerseys, silver breeches, red helmets. And Florida State, the designated home team. The garnet and gold with gold helmets. Hakeem Williams is the deep receiver as Georgia will kick it away with Jared Zirkle, who entered the portal but also got permission to stick around and play in this game with his teammates from Coach Kirby Smart. So good to see Jared here kicking it off to start the game from right to left, or from near to far from our angle here, as Zirkle boots this one into the end zone. Florida State will run it out with Williams. Cuts across to his left, tripped up inside the 10 as he ran laterally. That was Deuce Spann on that side, where the kick went in down the numbers on the left side of the end zone. Spann tried to run it out about 2 or 3 yards deep out of the end zone and tripped up on the far end of the field. It looks like at the FSU 32. Give it to Dejon Edwards. Breaks the tackle right side. He's got to the corner. He made another man miss at the 20 and then stumbles down to the 15-yard line. Broke a tackle from Thomas out on the right edge and kept going down to the 15. Got 17 yards on that run by Dejon Edwards.
Huge hole opened up by Xavier Truss and Tate Ratledge. Dejon immediately into the second level there for Florida State, then makes one other guy miss for a huge pickup, and Dogs knocking on the door.
That 15-yarder by Edwards puts the Dogs squarely inside the Massey-Ferguson red zone. 1st and 10 at the Seminoles 15. Run out of the pistol with Milton. Lined up behind back. Turns around, hands it off to Kendall. Starts left, breaks back right, sprints to the end zone. Touchdown! Number 1 for Kendall Milton, number 2.
Great vision there by Kendall. Florida State didn't fall. We had a fake reverse there. Nobody flowed with the fake reverse. Kendall saw his immediate point of attack get clogged up, able to see a huge backside hole, found it, and then there was not a garnet jersey in sight.
Untouched to the right side of the field, just a sprint to the end zone as he runs into the end zone that says Florida State on it on the far end of the field. 15-yard burst five by Kendall Milton, hopefully the first of many today, as Georgia's on the board here late in the first quarter. The point after try by Peyton Woodring is up and good, and Georgia has a 7-0 lead. The drive covered 69 yards in 7 plays in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The 15-yard run by Milton was the capper and gets Georgia on the board. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. So 7-0 with 4:05 to go here in quarter number 1. Good-looking drive on Georgia's second possession of the game. Let's check the Meriwether and Tharp scoreboard. Meriwether and Tharp, the Atlanta Divorce team, got a basketball score from Athens, Georgia, a winner over Alabama A&M, 93-73. The Dogs on a pretty good winning streak. That's their 8th win in a row, and they're now 10-3 on the year and done with non-conference play. They'll open up on the road in the SEC next Saturday at Missouri. But the Dogs a winner today in hoops, 93-73 over Alabama A&M. 7-0 Georgia as the Dogs go, 69 yards on the scoring drive. And Georgia's leading touchdown maker this season, Kendall Milton, adds another one to his stash. That was his 13th touchdown. Come to the line of scrimmage. Beck in the shotgun. Milton in the backfield. Kendall gets the handoff straight up the gut. Untouched. Touchdown, Kendall Milton, number 2 for number 2 on the 5-yard run.
Boy, garnet jerseys just laid out all over the football field. Dogs get in there, go heavy package, nothing fancy, just right off tackle. And that big Georgia offensive front laying waste to this Florida State defensive front.
Oscar Delp pulling and blocking, leading the way right up the chute. And my goodness, I mean, Kendall put his hand on a Florida State defender to keep his balance going into the end zone, but never had a shot at tackling him. as he just sprinted right into the middle of the end zone for the second score of the game. Here's the point after try by Georgia. And Peyton Woodring puts it up and through the uprights. Good, into the net. And it's 14-0 now, Dogs. As Georgia adds another Kendall Milton touchdown on the 5-yard run. An 82-yard drive that time by the Bulldogs offense. 6 plays in a minute 56. 14-0 Georgia. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Well, the offense is kicking it into gear here on the last 2 possessions. The first possession, they kind of had to get their house in order. Turned it over on downs to Florida State at the Florida State 34-yard line, then forced an FSU punt, and then Georgia went 69 yards on the next possession, a 15-yard touchdown run by Milton. And after another Florida State punt, Georgia this time goes 82 yards in 6 plays and caps it with another Milton touchdown of 5 yards. And that's where we stand. Georgia 14, Florida State nothing. 3 seconds into the second quarter. Going to try a field goal of about 22 yards here from the right hash, kicking away from us. This is Ryan Fitzgerald, who will put it up and through the uprights good into the net. And Florida State on the board with their first points of the afternoon. It's 14-3 on the field goal by the Seminoles. Timeout here at the Orange Bowl. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck. There's only one. One call, that's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Dogs 14, Seminoles 3. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Well, Oscar's going to hear about that almost hurdle for a long time in the film room.
Beck, plenty of time to throw. Long throw, far sideline. Oh, my goodness! One-handed grab, I believe. Sliding to the turf on the far sideline. Dylan Bell, what a catch.
Boy, what a catch indeed. Great coverage there by Florida State. That football can't be thrown any better. Just on the outside shoulder. Somehow Dylan Bell, late hands, able to go out and snag it before it hits the turf.
31 yards down to the Florida State 30-yard line. My goodness gracious, what a magnificent catch by Bell. 1st and 10, Georgia on the FSU 30. They've got it on the far hash coming this way. Leading it 14-3. Handoff, Dejon Edwards. A lot of room on the right edge for him. He bounces outside. He jitterbugs down to the 15-yard line. It's another 15-yard gain. Quindarius Jones, the cornerback, on the stop, but not before Edwards pushes his way into the Massey Ferguson red zone for a 3rd time for this Bulldogs offense.
About 8 yards after contact, this Florida State secondary wants nothing to do with Georgia running backs.
1st and 10, Georgia. Ball's on the Florida State 15. Dogs coming this way. Handoff, Edwards. Man in the backfield, breaks away. Edwards, 10, 5, collision at the goal line. Touchdown, Dejon.
Great check at the line of scrimmage there by Carson Beck. Moved Dejon Edwards to the other side. It was a check with me. We're either going to go to the left or to the right. Saw pressure coming in from the outside. Carson changes the play. And not a Garnet jersey in sight. Dogs continue to roll.
Dominic Lovett clearing the path for Dejon Edwards on this in this right flat area as well. The wide receiver transfer from Missouri with a block to help Edwards get into the end zone. And Georgia has a 20-3 lead with a point after coming. 2 Milton touchdowns, and now Dejon Edwards with his first of the ball game. Georgia trying to make a point with emphasis in their running game today. Point after try by Woodring is up and good. Almost in. Well, he would. If that net's not there, he's kicking it right into the redcoat man, right behind the uprights. Georgia 21, Florida State 3. Another tremendous drive and some fine plays on that possession by Georgia's offense. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck. There's only one call. That's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Timeout in Miami. Your Orange Bowl score here in quarter number 2. Bulldogs 21, Seminoles 3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Adam Gillespie also here in the booth. Luke Nadkarni in our network studios. Shock on the sidelines as Georgia gets ready to kick it off. 21-3, Bulldogs leading Florida State. Here's Zirkle's kick. He'll hang it high in the air. A spinning end over end kick going to come down, returnable on the 2. And Spann straight ahead. My goodness. Hit hard. Did the ball come out? Yeah. The runner stopped at the 18. The ball kept moving up to the 28. It was bouncing and rolling, and Georgia has recovered the fumble around the 26 or 27-yard line. Chambliss is the guy that hit it and drove the ball out, and it kept bouncing forward, and the Dogs will have it back again with another opportunity. They've recovered it at the Florida State 27-yard line.
Boy, Chambliss got down, just put a shoulder pad right on the football. I think it was Spear that finally recovered it. But you could hear those pads collide all the way up here in the booth.
Georgia just went in from 15 with Edwards on a 4-play, 75-yard drive to go up 21-3. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. And now with another chance coming up here after the turnover by Spann on the kick return. Dogs 1st and 10 at the 27. Ja'Cory Thomas may have been the guy who recovered the fumble. Will lateral it out to the left to McConkey. He wanted to throw. He's going to run it instead. McConkey weaving his way through traffic. 20-15, breaks the tackle. 10-5, dives for the goal line. He gets there just inside the near pylon. Ladd McConkey with an amazing touchdown weaving run.
Boy, and electrified this crowd of Georgia Bulldogs as they just erupted. He ran right into the Georgia section here. That was going to be a lateral and a pass by Ladd McConkey. Didn't fool Florida State at all. And then all of a sudden, Ladd McConkey acted like he was in a video game and just left Garnet and gold jerseys grabbing at air.
27 yards north and south on that run. But it started on the Florida State sideline and ended up on the Georgia sideline just inside the pylon in the front right corner of the end zone. An amazing run by Ladd McConkey to make it 27-3. Wow. Well, if that's how you got to go out as a Bulldog, that's a heck of a way to do it.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And how nice is it to have him back and healthy?
Point after try by Peyton Woodring is up and good. We'll keep it right here as Georgia is piling on 28-3 now. So they force a fumble on the kick return. Florida State coughs it up. Thomas recovered for the Dogs. Georgia gets into the end zone on the very next play. One play, 27 yards. Ladd McConkey, rushing touchdown. He wanted to throw it. That was the design of the play, but he ended up couldn't stay in bounds. So an incomplete ball brings up 4th down now for Florida State. They are still unable to convert a 3rd down, now 0 for 6 in the game.
Hill was with Bullard one-on-one on the outside, so Florida State had what they wanted. Pretty well-thrown football there by Glenn, but Hill was not able to push that route up vertically and left Glenn with zero room on the outside.
Well, Z, the officials want to review this play, so they're going to take a look at it. This play is under review, brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Was he able to skid with his feet, get a toe in bounds?
Boy, I tell you what, on the replay, what an effort there. Looks like he may have had a foot down. Now the next question is, did he hold on to the football as he was rolling out of bounds?
Georgia's 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard run. We're on the Knowles 13-yard line. Snap it to Beck. A screen out to the left to Arian Smith. He caught it. They won't catch him, though. He burst into the end zone on the far side of the field for another Georgia touchdown.
Cedric Van Pran and Ernest Green obliterated somebody from Florida State. 2 big bodies on the outside that opened up that quick slip screen for 6. But there's some poor guy from Florida State that may reconsider ever playing the game again after those 2 guys hit him.
12-yard touchdown throw from Beck to Arian Smith. He caught it behind his blocker, Z, and then just curled around back towards the middle of the field and just strolled into the end zone because of those blocks that you just described by Georgia's offense.
Well, the guy from Florida State still in the turf. He's maybe underneath the turf.
Picking up pieces out of the grass. Point after try by Peyton Woodring is good. And the route continues now. It's 35-3 Dogs with 3:39 to go in quarter number 2. The Dogs mean business, and they, as they like to say, came to play today, and they are playing. Timeout here in the Orange Bowl. Our first half is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call, 1-800-CALL-KEN. The Dogs lead it 35-3 over Florida State here in the Orange Bowl on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Glenn was letting that football go, really was about to throw that into a ton of traffic.
3rd 10 for Florida State, and they are 2 for 8 on 3rd down now here in the half. In the shotgun, snap it back to Glenn. He stays in the pocket. Oh, my goodness, he's sandwiched. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Bulldogs. Flag on the play. Michael Williams picked up the loose ball after Brock Glenn just got creamed, sandwiched by the Georgia defense. And let's check a flag at the Georgia 32-yard line.
Personal foul, illegal low block, offense number 26. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Second turnover by Florida State. Georgia will take the ball gladly. 47 seconds, a full allotment of timeouts as they'll try to shoot for more points before the end of the half, leading at 35-3. Glenn took a nasty hit from both directions, see, and that ball had no chance to stay in his arms as Michael Williams got the loose ball, and then Florida State was able to stop him near midfield. Ball's on the Georgia 49-yard line.
Boy, the pocket just completely collapsed on Glenn, and no doubt about that. We got to Glenn before the football, before he was ever starting to throw the football, so no forward arm movement at all. And you're right, Dogs back in business, looking to blow this thing really wide open.
Raylan Wilson and Michael Williams with the sandwich hit, forcing the turnover, and tight end Lucky on the left side. Now he shifts to the right. Snap it back to Beck in the shotgun. They're going to roll the pocket to the near side and throw a dart right on the goal line, and it is caught, and a touchdown right on the goal line as they run into the pylon. Dominic Lovett with the catch and the score.
The Dogs right in our end zone. The Georgia fans started doing the chop, just taunting Florida State. Dogs score that touchdown and get back and return the favor to the Georgia faithful.
41 points in the half. And the point after pending. Georgia, with the point after, will have put 35 points on the board in the second quarter. Peyton Woodring to try the kick with 24 seconds to go in the first half. Extra point attempt, the snap by Moats, the hold by Beck, the kick by Woodring is good, and Georgia leads it 42-3. William Moat, by the way, the snapper on that play, playing in his 54th consecutive game for the Bulldogs. Georgia 42-3, they lead. 51-yard drive in 4 plays in 25 seconds. Dogs take advantage of the Florida State turnover and cash in with their 42nd points of this game. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered.
And let's not forget, the Dogs will get the football coming out of the locker room again. The onslaught continues.
If you're a Florida State fan, I mean, how ugly could this get for you?
The Dogs, if they wanted to, could hang 100 on Florida State tonight.
They're almost halfway there with 24 seconds still to go. 42-3. Zirkle to kick it off after the Seminoles push it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Well, they call it the 35. It's a first down for the Seminoles. 1 second to go in the half. Last play of the half is intercepted by Georgia on a tipped ball. Georgia coming back this way with Malachi Starks. He starts to his right, cuts back to the left. They'll tackle him from behind to prevent any further damage. But Starks intercepts a tipped ball on the last play of the first half as he was tackled by Morlock, the tight end. Kyle Morlock from Blairsville, Georgia, made the tackle around the 40 on the return. Stockton under center. Lucky, the tight end, back and forth, reverse motion out of the eye. Handed off to Edwards behind the block of Fairchild, left side, touchdown, 2-yard run. Dejon Edwards, his second score of the game.
And the dominance in the trenches just continues. I don't care who you have in the football game on either side. When you win the trenches, you're going to win football games, and the Dogs have dominated up front.
Edwards and Milton, the top 2 scorers for Georgia this season, and not disappointing tonight. Micah Morris was the fullback. He got a block on the inside, and then Fairchild blocked out, and Edwards came in right behind them on a stand-up running play into the end zone. They hit him right around the goal line, but he held on to the football easily and stayed upright for the score. And now it's 48-3 with a point after coming from Peyton Woodring. So Beck comes back into the game to hold on the snap by Moat, and the kick by Peyton is good. 49-3, 9:23 to go, third quarter. It's all Dogs in the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl here in Miami. Timeout here in the third quarter. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. 49-3, Dogs in a rout. Plenty more to come on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Back in the shotgun is Stockton. Cash Jones has subbed into the game now. Now they shift out of the shotgun, go under center. And play fake Stockton sets up. He stumbles out of the snap and throws it into the end zone. Caught by Lucky, tumbling across the goal line for the score. It's 55-3. Touchdown to Lawson Lucky, the tight end.
Boy, that play was almost a disaster, too. Gunnar Stockton tripped out after coming out from center, somehow able to regain his balance and find Lucky for the touchdown connection, and Dogs continue to roll.
Lawson Lucky with only his second catch of his Georgia career, and his first career touchdown comes in the Orange Bowl. Nice moment for him. 55-3. Yardage play.
Yeah, designed quarterback draw. He was hemmed up, nowhere to go, and another missed tackle.
Stockton to throw. Long pass, far right corner of the end zone, and caught. Touchdown. Anthony Evans over the shoulder and one-on-one. Now he's doing a little dance in the back corner of the end zone.
Boy, what a catch right there by Evans. Another fade from the inside slot position. Ball perfectly thrown by Gunnar Stockton. Evans able to go up and go get it, and Dogs just pouring it on.
Anthony Evans, first touchdown catch of his career. Fourth catch of the season.
The play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 9. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. It is number 9's first 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. A second result in game disqualification.
Well, Anthony Evans gave us a little Billy White Shoes Johnson in the corner with that dance. And the officiating crew from the Big Ten says that's a no-no. And they flagged Anthony Evans after the touchdown, but 62 points tonight for Georgia. And Peyton Sperling waiting to add on number 63. And we still have 12 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Florida State cannot stop Georgia's offense regardless of who is on the field. And we're deep into the reserves already. Woodring to try the point after try out of the hold of Beck. The kick is up and into the net. Good. 63-3, Georgia over Florida State. 12:10 to go in the 2023 Orange Bowl. Our second half is brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friendly Franklin folks at one of their convenient Georgia locations. Back to Miami after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network. One more kneel down by Muschamp, who finishes the game at quarterback. Some hugs from the guys on the field out there from Georgia's roster. The guys that are on the field are embracing one another. And now the clock will begin to tick for the final 10 seconds of the ball game. Both teams meeting in the middle of the field for a handshake and a congratulations and a resounding Georgia victory. 63-3, the final. The Dogs win their 13th game of the season, finish the year at 13-1 in Florida State's 19-game winning streak here tonight in Miami. 63-3, the final. Stay tuned. Post-game coverage of the Orange Bowl is straight ahead here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.